कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यशो जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hare Krishna. So, warm welcome everyone. We'll begin our study of Srimad Bhagavatam today, from today on. Hare Krishna. And specifically, we'll be seeing the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, 12 cantos, as we see, it spans out across 12 cantos, and in 12 cantos, 335 chapters, which spans out to 18,000 shlokas. But specifically in our study, we will be beginning from fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and in fourth canto, specifically again, we'll be trying to understand the pastime, the character, the personality of Dhruva Maharaj. We try to see that. So, Dhruva Charitra, the character, the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj, we'll see predominantly throughout in this journey, in this study of Srimad Bhagavatam, fourth canto. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki. So, generally, like we had been studying of late, Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Instruction, and say others. And in our study, of course, we should be going and we try to go through the translation and purports. But in this, say in this setting perhaps, or in this attempt to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam, and specifically again centering ourselves around the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj, so we wouldn't be going through each and every purport for sure, unfortunately, very painfully to say. And we'll definitely go through shlokas and translation, but purports we may not be able to cover. But we'll start with this chapter 8, so fourth canto, chapter 8. And let's see, fourth canto, chapter 8, and text 1. So we'll read the translation purport. We can do it in a call response manner, and then we throughout pray for the blessings of the lordships and the pure devotees, and see how much we can glorify, or with what sincerity. Say. Maitre Uvacha Sanakadasya Naradascha Riburhamso Aruniryati Nete Grihan Brahmasuta Hiyavasanurdvaretasa. Maitre Uvacha Sanakadya Naradascha Riburhamso Aruniryati Nete Grihan Brahmasuta Avasanurdvaretasa. Mitra Uvacha Sanakadya Naradascha Riburamso Aruniryati Nete Grihan Brahmasuta Hiyavasanurdvaretasa. Please chant. Maitre Uvacha सनकाद्य नारदश्च रिभुर्हंसोर्निर्यति नेतिगृहान् ब्रह्मसूता ह्यवसनोर्ध्वरेतसा. Maitre Uvacha. Maitre said, Sanakadaya, those headed by Sanaka, Narada, Cha, and Ribhu, Hamsa, Aruni, Yati, Na, not, Ete, all these, Grihan, at home, Brahmasuta, sons of Brahma, he, certainly, Avasan, did live, Urdhva Retasa, unadulterated celibates. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. The great sage Maitra said, the four great Kumar sages, headed by Sanak, as well as Narada, Ribhu, Hamsa, Aruni and Yati, all sons of Brahma, did not live at home, but became Urdhva Reta, or Nashtika Brahmacharis, unadulterated celibates. Purport. The system of brahmacharya has been current since the birth of Brahma. A section of the population, especially male, did not marry at all. Instead of allowing their semen to be driven downwards, they used to lift the semen up to the brain. They are called Urdhva Retasa, those who lift up. Semen is so important that if by the yogic practice one can lift the semen up to the brain, he can perform wonderful work. One's memory is enabled to act very swiftly and the duration of life is increased. Yogis can thus perform all kinds of austerity with steadiness and be elevated to the highest perfectional stage, even to the spiritual world. Vivid examples of brahmacharis who accepted this principle of life are the four sages Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatan, and Sanat Kumar, as well as Narada and others. Another significant phrase here is Nete Grihan Hi Avasan. They did not live at home. Griha means home as well as wife. In fact, home means wife. Home does not mean a room or a house. One who lives with a wife lives at home. Otherwise, a sannyasi or brahmachari, even though he may live in a room or in a house, does not live at home. That they did not live at home means that they did not accept a wife, and so there was no question of their discharging semen. Semen is meant to be discharged when one has a home, a wife, and the intention to beget children. Otherwise, there is no injunction for discharging semen. These principles were followed from the beginning of creation, and such brahmacharis never created progeny. This narration has dealt with the descendants of Lord Brahma from Manu's daughter Prasuti. Prasuti's daughter was Dakshyani or Sati, in relation to whom the story of the Daksha Yagya was narrated. Maitra is now explaining about the progeny of the sons of Brahma. Out of the many sons of Brahma, the brahmachari sons headed by Sanak and Narada did not marry at all, and therefore there is no question of narrating the history of their descendants. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपाम्बुदीर्य तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Again, warm welcome everyone in the study of Srimad Bhagavatam, and specifically, we attempt to study the character of Dhruva Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavatam, the personality Dhruva Maharaj. Pray that throughout doing this study of Srimad Bhagavatam, I become the first listener of the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. Pray that by the blessings of devotees of Vaishnavas, assembled devotees, I become the first to imbibe and embody the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prem Bhakti Prasut, Prem Bhakti Udgar, Updesh, this expression of love and instructions, this compilation Sangra of Prema Bhakti of Bhagavat culture, culture of pure love, respect is included in it. This Udgar and Updesh and this compilation that is for the ultimate benefit, the ultimate interest of the soul proper. Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna, and Srimad Bhagavatam can help us, is there actually to help us attain, is there for us to attain the love of Godhead, understand our real identity in relation with Lord Shri Krishna, and develop pure attachment and love for Krishna. So with this mood, with this prayer, hope, yearning, desire, longing, we'll begin our study of Srimad Bhagavatam again. Fourth canto, we'll see Dhruva Maharaja's pastimes. Knowledge-wise, completely unqualified, but by the blessings, inspiration, encouragement of devotees, we make this attempt to study Srimad Bhagavatam. And one should never shy away from glorifying devotees, glorifying Lord Shri Krishna, and glorifying pure devotees of the Lord. And must admit the katha, the pastimes, the katha narration by Param Pujya Radha Govind Maharaj. Nectar, pure nectar. The katha, Bhagavad Katha by Param Pujya Radha Govind Maharaj is like video recording of pastimes of the Lordship. So taking inspiration and blessings from the Vaishnavas, pure devotees, Guru Works, Acharyas, Srila Radha Govind Maharaj, Srila Sarup Govind Maharaj, and devotees, we make this attempt. See, this is a culture, na? Srimad Bhagavat teaches a culture how to associate with devotees, how to be in the company of devotees, how to live with devotees. This Bhagavat culture, how to share that love with devotees and attachment for the lordships and pure devotees. Now, before we go in this journey, in the study of Srimad Bhagavatam, our whole life should be dedicated towards prayers. Chanting is not different from praying. Na? Chanting and praying are same. Go hand in hand. Without praying, what chanting are we doing then? So we see Srimad Bhagavatam, the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam is na Janmadi Asyayata. So establishing the supremacy, the source of all creation, emanation, Lord Shri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate. Na? So it begins with obeisances. We offer our obeisances. Also, the very last sloka in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 12, chapter I think 12 and text 23, the very last sloka in Srimad Bhagavatam, what does it say? Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Nam Sankirtanam Yasya. Nam Sankirtana, we do this congregational chanting of whom? Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Pranamo Dukha Shamanam Tam Namami Harim Param. Pranamo Dukha Shamanam. all miseries, shamanam, are all reduced completely. Tam namami harim param. Uh, Obeisance unto Lord Hari, unto Lord Shri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by the congregational chanting of the holy names of whose, by the chanting of the holy names of whose, all the sins and everything is nullified altogether. Nam Sankirtanam Yasya. So this obeisances, this culture of offering our obeisances and offering our prayers. Now, this attempt to study Srimad Bhagavatam, especially Dhruva Maharaja's pastimes, our life should be all, foundation should be all based on these prayers. And this is not like one time or thing, no, continuous, ever being in a prayerful mood. Attitude counts, right? Srila Rupa Goswami writes in the preface of Nectar of Instruction, advancement in Krishna consciousness or advancement in life general depends on the attitude of the follower. And throughout we see the prayers, na? The morning begins with what? Mangal Arti, na? So prayers actually before coming into the temple for Mangal Arti, a sadhaka, when he wakes up, the first thing he does is he offers his obeisances. He offers his pranams to his or her Guru Maharaj, to Acharyas, to Vaishnavas, to the Lordship. He offers pranam. Then what? Coming to the temple, also preparation in the mood. And you see, before we go into japa, before we go into japa, we sing what? Guru Ashtakam, na? So we glorify the spiritual master. We offer our pranams and glorify the spiritual master. And we hanker, we pray for the mercy to be in the inner circle, in the inner chambers of the heart of the spiritual master. And after glorifying the spiritual master, after praying, after offering our obeisances to the spiritual master, then we begin into chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And now you see in Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there is no nama involved. There is no obeisances involved. No. We see Srimad Bhagavatam, the first, we see the first sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is obeisances, with offering our pranams. The last sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam also, Nam Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukha Shamanam Tam Namami Harim Param. So we offer our obeisances. So beginning and ending throughout obeisances. But Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there is no obeisance. Like Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, obeisances, no? But Hare Krishna Mahamantra is Yugal Mantra, na? Mantra of the divine couple, mantra of pure love, mantra of the love, union of the divine couple. And that union can be experienced actually to begin with when we experience separation. Must. Without experiencing separation, there is no possibility of experiencing any union with the divine couple. And in this separation, there has to be a mood of desperation, which we will see in the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj. In the pastimes of Dhruva. Now, also, before going to japa again, what Tulsi Maharani prayers do we sing, right? How does it begin? Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha. Tulasi Krishna Preyasi, one who is dearmost to Lord Krishna, Tulasi, Vrinda Devi, Tulasi Devi, dear to Lord Krishna. But what? To begin with and to end with, say, Namo Namaha. The relationship we want actually with Guru Maharaj, with spiritual master, with Prabhupada, with Acharyas, with devotees, it's not a very official or formal relationship with one that, okay, there's awe and reverence, that sort of thing. No, we study Srimad Bhagavatam as what our Acharyas have given us, in the light of our Acharyas, specifically in the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. And in that, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see this Pujya bhav and priti bhav. So this bhav, this mood of what? Pujyata and priyata. We see in Guru Ashtakam as well, right? That there should be, of course, awe and reverence towards spiritual master, towards Vaishnavas, and also developing attachment, developing loving relationship, developing a bond, a heart-to-heart connection. Just having awe and reverence is not so conducive, and this is not what the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya which we are from, Mahaprabhu Sampradaya, Mahaprabhu's Parampara, is not just all about awe and reverence. Awe and reverence is included. More we have to go towards where the secret of success is Shri Guru Charane Rati, Aise Uttamagati. So developing this attachment. Now attachment with just awe and reverence. How much can we attach with someone? Huh? This attachment we want to build towards devotees, towards Vaishnavas, towards Lord Shri Krishna, divine couple. How much possibly attachment can we build if we have this mood and mentality of all respect and awe and reverence? No, we cannot. There is bound to be then limitation. And we don't want that sort of distance. So ultimately it is all to develop attachments. Attachment towards Vaishnavas, attachment towards Acharyas, attachment towards Srila Gurudev, attachment towards the deities, towards the divine couple. And in order to pave that path, yes, this obeisances and prayerful mood always has to be there and it has to stay throughout. It has to stay throughout. And then an eternal bond and Atmiyata and Atmanubandha, a contract of Atma, a contract of soul, that has to be built about altogether. So we cannot progress at all on a daily basis or even on a momentarily basis. We shouldn't and we cannot and we shouldn't progress at all without glorifying Vaishnavas, without glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam, without glorifying the holy name, without glorifying spiritual master, without glorifying Lord Shri Krishna. Real purification is in glorification. Real purification. When we learn to glorify, and only a gentle, a kind-hearted, a benevolent heart, a big-hearted person can glorify. And this is what Srimad Bhagavatam is going to teach us or is teaching us. Now, there are various styles or moods or ways of studying Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is Rasa Shastra. It is Rasa Shastra altogether. And we see many shlokas, many passages, many episodes where glorification of Bhagavatam is done. Throughout. And one of the way of studying Bhagavatam is not just like reading, it is like drinking the nectar altogether. And this is, say, the instruction or advice given by the authority in Srimad Bhagavatam, the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Sukdev Goswami himself. He says what? Pivanti ye bhagavata atmana satam. So we see this in Srimad Bhagavatam 2:37. Sukdev Goswami is helping us to build this mood of how to relish Srimad Bhagavatam, or what should be our kind of growing or culmination in the study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Where should it be leading to us? So we see in Srimad Bhagavatam, beautiful 2:37. Pivanti ye bhagavata atmana satam kathamritam sravana puteshu samritam punanti te vishaya vidusitasayam vrajanti tacharana saroruhantikam. Pivanti ye bhagavata atmana satam. This Bhagavata is to be drank. Pivanti is to be like drank, not just read. It's a flow of nectar altogether. Rasadharna, very mellow, pure mellow. Heart needs to be brought in the study of Krishna consciousness, in the exploration, overall practice of Krishna consciousness. See, Srila Vyasdev gave us this gift of Srimad Bhagavatam. He brought his heart into it, right? Prabhupada, whatever he did, he gave his heart into it altogether. And this is how. We cannot appreciate fully. We can never say that, okay, we have got the message and we wholeheartedly say. But the best thing, at least we can offer, the best we can offer is our heart. The best to offer to someone is what? Our heart, na? That is the best. And when we offer our heart to Krishna, it is not like, okay, complete. We will always feel lacking. Always feel lacking. That is the mood of love. Always lacking, always hankering. But at least we must come to this platform wherein we can give our heart. So, Pibanti ye Bhagavata Atmana Satam. Atmana, Atmana, very dear. Something very precious to life, na? Ye Pibanti, drinking this Bhagavat culture, Atmana Satam. Satam is devotees, the pure devotees, transcendentalists, or those who are done with material desires. Complete nishkinchan, complete sheltered, who have taken shelter of the internal potency of the Lord. So this Bhagavatam, which is very dear, very close to the heart, soul proper. Kathamritam Shravana Putesu Sambratam. So when we listen to this nectarian pastimes, Shravana Putesu, when the message goes in our ear holes, in the ear holes, fully filled, completely, when we take it on throughout altogether, then what happens? Punanti te vishaya vidushitashayam, purifies. Vishaya, the disease we are bugged with is this material sense enjoyment. This Vishaya Vasana, Bhog Vasana, sense enjoyment, bodily, material sense enjoyment, heavy problem. And also we see in our, again, the teachings of Acharyas, Srila Narottam Das Thakur writes beautiful bhajans, beautiful prayers and songs, all full of humility and love. So he writes what? In Gauranga Bolite Hobe Pulaka Shariram. What? Vishaya Chadiya Kobe Shuddha Hobe Mona Kobe Ham Hera Bose Shri Vrindavana. So Vishaya Chadiya Kobe. When will that day come when I will be through with material sense enjoyment? Through towards matter obsession or absorption. When will that day come? Kobe ham Hirabo se Shri Vrindavana. By the care, shelter, under the guidance and protection of the Acharyas of Srila Gurudev, when can we get an entrance into Vrindavan consciousness, into the mood of Brajvasis altogether? So this is the prayer, this is the hankering, this is the attachment, the mood we want to develop. And this is how Bhagavatam is to be relished. Overall practice of Krishna consciousness is to be relished. It is to relish. The entire practice of Krishna consciousness. And relish will come when we bring more heart into it. And nowadays, in today's societal academic sense, say, for bringing the heart first into it, the mind has to be sorted, the intellect has to be sorted, lots of logics and lots of questions, which is fair enough. Whatever strengthens our faith. Then punanti te vishaya vidusitasayam. This disease of material sense enjoyment, we would be free from it. Rajanti tacharana saroruhantikam. For a sadhaka, one who has taken on to this path of Krishna consciousness, he is left with only one choice, which is to excel. Excel, excel, and excel. Keep on excelling, keep on growing. All the way towards Golok Vrindavan. Only one direction towards the divine couple. Whatever we do should be for the pleasure of Guru and Gaurang. So, Vrajanti Tacharana Saruru Hantikam. Then one goes in. So when we start relishing Srimad Bhagavatam, when we glorify devotees, when we glorify Bhagavatam, glorify the holy name, glorify spiritual master, and we prepare this mood that on the way to Krishna altogether. The whole na param drishtva nivartate. This param message, param dham, an attraction towards the param dham has to be invoked. So when we develop this higher taste, only by developing this higher taste, we can easily let go of the lower taste. Otherwise, no possibility. And we live heavily in distraction. Na? So much already in distraction do we live. So with this mood again, with this prayer, longing, yearning, hankering, uh, that's one day come in our life, we relish Srimad Bhagavatam wholeheartedly, full attention and focus. Find our that eternal contact or that soul contact with Srimad Bhagavatam. Overall in the practice of Krishna consciousness. And in order for us to say advance in the practice of Krishna consciousness, how beautiful like this beginning of 8th chapter, na? Chapter entitled Dhruva Maharaj leaves home for the forest. So here some a bit of a background perhaps. Maitra Muni, he's narrating these pastimes to Vidura Maharaj. Vidur Maharaj, the uncle of Lord Shri Krishna. And he's narrating this pastime. Now, Maitre Muni and Uddhava, they were personally instructed by Lord Shri Krishna. Them two personalities, personally instructed by Krishna. And as it happened during the war, Vidur Muni, during the Kurukshetra war, and Vidurji, he was traveling, he was not involved in the war, in the Mahabharata, and he was traveling, and he came across first Uddhava Maharaj, which we see actually in second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We see this in second canto, in third canto, second chapter and further. So he came across Uddhav Maharaj, and he wanted to listen Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Katha, this culture from Uddhav Maharaj. But Uddhav Maharaj, out of his humility and shyness, because there was an age difference, Uddhava is very young in relation to Vidur Maharaj. And Uddhav Maharaj said, no, I feel say incompetent and young. And so Uddhav Maharaj directed him towards Maitre Muni. And then don't worry, a time will come soon when you will encounter or meet Maitre Muni. And he will very nicely narrate you the whole pastime, the passage, the discourse of Srimad Bhagavatam, this Bhagavad culture, the message of Bhagavatam. And so, in due course of time, these two divine personalities met up, Maitre Muni and Vidur Maharaj. And Maitre Muni is narrating the pastime to Vidurji on the banks of Ganga. And the same pastime, the very same Bhagavatam, na, what Sukdev Goswami told to Parikshit Maharaj, what Maitre Muni saying to Vidurji, what Narad Muni told to Yudhishthir Maharaj, and the sages in Naimisharanya, Sutta Goswami speaking to the sages in Naimisharanya, headed by Saunaka Rishi, the very same Bhagavatam, by the sheer blessing of Srila Prabhupada, we are able to study, we are able to read. Exact same message. If we just follow the Guru Parampara, if we follow the lead of a pure devotee, it is the very same message. And as it begins, so something a bit on the descendants of this. So Lord Brahmana, he had them sons, the Chatur Kumar, the four Kumaras, Sanak, Sananand, Sanandana, Sanatan and Sanat Kumar, these four sons. And then also as well as Narada, Ribu, Hamsa, Aruni and Yati, all sons of Brahma. How many? 9 sons of Brahma, four and then five personalities, these nine sons of Brahmas, they were Naistiki Brahmacharis. Naistiki Brahmacharis meaning lifelong celibates uh, throughout. And as it says, they never lived at home, as in they did not marry. They did not marry. So, this is Srimad Bhagavatam. How much do we hear of, say, Narad Muni? Maybe to some extent, yes, of his previous lives. But of these Chatur Kumars and Hamsa, Ribu, Aruni, Yati, how much do we hear? We hear what? Okay, Lord Brahma had nine sons. These were their names, and they all practice austerity, they all practice celibacy, they all studied Shastras, they all glorified the Lordship, they all glorified the spiritual master, and they all attained Godhead. End of the story, no more. There's not much drama, also, say, or there's not much like twists and turns and ups and downs. This brahmachari life is what? A life of simplicity, a life of honesty, a life of dedication. Uh, That is what. And actually, see, this thing, this Naistike Brahmachari, celibate monks, they were lifelong monks. And Brahmachari in principle, in consciousness, means what? A life of purity, a life of honesty, huh? A life of simplicity. And it is not just the responsibility of someone in a male body dressed in a saffron robe who lives in a temple. Huh? It is everyone's responsibility. It is a principle. It is a principle of one's consciousness. We all have to develop this consciousness of purity. Otherwise, we cannot experience any charm or any relish or any taste, any proper taste in the practice of Krishna consciousness. Krishna is completely pure, na? Radha Krishna, they are pure completely. The love between them is complete pure beyond description. And now for us to gain any some good glimpse of it, we have to attain that purity. Just like in society, not everyone is supposed to pay tax. Not everyone pays taxes, and not everyone is into job also, say, or helping the economy in a direct sense monetarily, say. But everyone is supposed to follow the rules of the society, as in the traffic rules, other rules and all, that everyone is expected. Likewise, this life of purity, it is not just restricted to the Chatur Kumars or other sons of Lord Brahma, it is for all of us. And this is the beginning. This is the beginning. Now, it is not just like someone who is not married is a brahmachari. Yeah, in a way, someone who is not married is a brahmachari. But real brahmacharya, in subtle and gross sense, one has to follow. And brahmacharya life means what? Life of austerity, life of dedication, life of tapasya. A brahmachari is one who is in love with scriptures, who is in love with Srimad Bhagavatam, who is in love with service, and who is in love with dedicating himself to the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. That. And for us as well, for us, in order to get to this, we have to attain this principle altogether. Shishikharanta Mayapur Sashi Ki Jai. Now, not just say not getting married, that is not just the, say, the criteria or eligibility sort of thing. We have to become lust free altogether on the cross sensual platform, and also in general. Lust meaning what? Not just like this physical gross sensual platform. Lust, any intense desiring, any intense hankering, that we have to free ourselves from that. And how will be able to free ourselves from that? That can happen only when we listen to the pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam. When we listen to the pastimes, furthermore the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. uh, Krishna, we see in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 10:33-36. Beautiful. This says, now what? Anugrahe bhaktanam manusam dehim astita. Bhajate yadrishi kida tat ya shutva tat paro bhavet. Anugrahe bhaktanam. So Krishna to anugraha, to offer his mercy, blessings and all amongst devotees. Anugraha bhaktanam, anugraha amongst human beings. Manusam dehim astita. Krishna comes in this human-like body, in his original human-like Sham Sundar form, original form, human-like form, complete pure, complete spiritual form, anything but human, unlike our material form. No, Krishna is beyond matter, so matter doesn't. He's above the rules of laws of matter. So Krishna appears in his divine spiritual form altogether. Manusim deham astita. Bhajate yadrishi kida. And does such marvelous, such chivalrous, such wonderful pastimes he enacts, he performs, that hearing those pastimes, giving oral reception to those pastimes, we would be left with only one desire, which will be to attain Krishna. That would be our only desire then. When we give oral reception, nice, sincere, concentrated, focused, with some sincerity, some faith, when we listen more and more, then we develop more and more faith. And we will be then left with only this one desire, to attain Krishna. This is the foundation. We all have to go through it in this life itself, and the sooner the better. There's no shortcut, there's no cheating, there's no way to escape at all altogether. We have to there's this thing now, asexual. We have to go completely asexual in order to appreciate, in order to relish or taste the message. Also, we, in a way, we see in Bhagavad Gita, na, this Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. So in 18th chapter, Bhagavad Gita takes another level, especially from this section, from text 54 onwards, where Krishna says, mad bhaktim labhate param. He attains my transcendental bhakti. In order to attain that, he has to be free from hankering and lamentation. No hankering and lamentation. So this, any intense longing and desire which is bothering us, of course it has to be matter only. We have to completely burn ourselves through it, from it. And the way also is what? Taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, taking shelter of the holy name, taking shelter of devotees. That is the only way. Param drishtva nivartate. When this param vision is ignited. We see two things in life. One is what? One is childish. Someone acting childish, or one is like a childish behavior. Na? And another is what? Childlike. What is the difference between the two? Childish and childlike. Anywhere is fine. What is the difference between childish and childlike? Any difference? Yes, babe?
Being childlike is quite an attractive quality. It's got a sense of lightness to it. And also the carefree nature. But being childish is immature. Not very attractive.
Yeah, very nice. Childish like being immature, someone who is immature. And childlike is very carefree nature. So throughout life, perhaps more for sense introspection, or again, I'm speaking to myself, or I'm trying to educate myself in the understanding, in the practice of Krishna consciousness, and you all are kindly helping me. Throughout, since eternity, we have been acting childish only. Throughout. And now, Krishna consciousness gives us this opportunity. It should hit us on the face. Everyone, the sooner it hits me on the face, better. Uh, to give up or to how to transform myself from childish mentality, childish attitude, childish way of working to childlike. Childlike is carefree, na? Childlike. Children very innocent, very pure, na? They don't have any definition of lust, anything. It's when they growing up, when the modes of material nature and everything or life starts catching up, say and all, then lust, greed, anger, envy, everything kicks in. And this like pure personalities, na? If you see a devotee, some pure devotee, na, an elevated soul, a realized soul and all, we spend just 2 minutes with them or 5 minutes with them, na? If we listen to a bit of their kirtan, spend a bit of a time with them, and what? See their smile. Beautiful smile. If you notice the smile of devotees, elevated, realized souls, the smile just pleases the heart so much. And we may go into a room. Sannyasi could be traveling sannyasi, someone's Guru Maharaja, any other, say, whosoever we find our source of inspiration, say, is there. We go to a room. Now we may go with a very jumbled head, messed up head, so many things, and even more, we don't know what to ask also. Many times it might happen, right? Our head is so messed up or jumbled, we don't even know what to ask or how best to ask. See, we struggle to explain what is my problem. Oh, that is in itself a problem, that I don't know what is my problem. Something is bothering. But anyways, when we come across a devotee, we may not speak much, but we just when we he could be in the room doing what or listening to kirtan, and when we spend 5 minutes time, maybe a short time, very short time, or just see him smile, it's like such a release, such a calmness, and as if like, what was the problem? No problem. Is there anything to worry? Huh? So this smile of devotees now, why they're childlike, childlike, no lustful mentality. Huh? No lustful mentality. Lustful mentality meaning again this tendency to exploit, hmm, to load it over material nature. Not just man woman sort of thing, not just on the physical platform, that is there, huge, tremendous, but anywhere wherein any tinge of lust, craving towards name, fame, huh, some adoration, some sort of expectation for the. Any thoughts, questions, or anything?
Yeah, there's a comment from India that childish is to be controlling, and childlike is to want to be controlled.
Childlike who wants to be controlled, and childish to be controlling. Yeah, to try to control is a bit of a childish. And childlike is free flow. Free flow. We we want to fly like a free bird, right? And which is good. This is the joy of the heart, of the soul. It is the aspiration of the soul proper, to fly like a free bird. But we need to understand what is the way. How can we fly like a free bird? Something all this childlike and childish. Another thing, what? Carefree and careless. Huh? Society many times does it take careless to be carefree. We live in such conditioned state wherein we take careless to be carefree. Huh? Someone's wanting to look very cool, very handsome, very manly, na? Oh, I'm not bothered. I don't care. Huh? Very careless. Oh, I had my assignment to submit. Last 2 days I studied and submitted the assignment and all everything. Like as if so. People find so much of fun in boasting this. At the last moment, the last minute, The train, it's okay, no. And I ran to the station and got into the train and all. So, society many a times, this carelessness is equated to carefree, but that is not carefree actually. That is not at all carefree. So, taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, when we hear the personalities like them, then we will come to, we will want to, a desire will naturally come about to develop this desire of being carefree, which we all carry in our heart. It will come to the surface, and the way, the process, how to be carefree, how to be in that state altogether. So, for this, the beginning, we have to watch out our consciousness throughout, our vision, our aim. huh, what is going on in our intelligence? How do we see? How do we see someone? In what light do we see someone? There's so much of fault in our intelligence, in our consciousness, and in our vision as well. Seeing others as object, so common, and it's so very un-Krishna conscious. So this we have to become childlike, not childish. And the way to becoming childlike, again we'll see in Dhruva Maharaja's pastime and further on, coming to this consciousness of giving up this childish consciousness and childlike. Srimad Bhagavatam, we are discussing pure knowledge and pure humility. So allow me to express a bit, and maybe in a light note or whatever note, and one can see if there is any reality in it. One can check. Generally, how the society works. See if on a light note or whatever note we may want to take, and if at all there is any reality in it, we can see. How does the society generally works? Woman, woman likes shopping. Woman likes to shop. Men like woman. Girl likes shopping. Boy likes a girl. Girl likes makeup. Boy likes girl. Girl likes traveling. Boy likes girl. Girl likes listening to music. Boy likes girl. Generally. And this is the cycle. This is the cycle. This is the attraction and distraction all together. This is the cycle altogether. And this Srimad Bhagavatam will help us understand, first of all, our identity, our spiritual identity. And any other personality, be in a male body or a female body, their spiritual identity in relation with Krishna. Somehow we have to break this cycle. Now, this is what Lord Brahma created man and woman, someone in male body, someone in a female body. And the only thing was next, say, required, just develop some attraction towards one another. And that's it, job done for Lord Brahma, and more headache for the Lord of Cupid, perhaps. But when we listen to the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna, we will give up this, our bodily mentality, bodily identity, and seeing anyone as not in their pure proper light. How can we see someone in their pure proper light? That he or she is a pure potential pure devotee of Krishna. So how can we exploit anyone who we see as a potential pure devotee of Krishna? Can we ever think of exploiting that person, be male body or female body? We can never. So this vision and this intelligence has to come in our consciousness. Not just in Vaishnava community, not just in devotee community, throughout. So, just like they say, just by dying doesn't make anyone a saint. If it were that easy, Just by dying, one doesn't attain heaven. One doesn't become saint just by dying. So simply by not marrying, one doesn't become brahmachari or celibate. No. No. Prabhupada said what? That I want all of my men to be brahmacharis and all of my women disciples to be married. How is it possible? Huh? I want all of my male disciples to be brahmacharis and all of the female disciples to be married. Why not? No? Marriage is a sacred institution. There is scope for it in Krishna consciousness, of course. Krishna himself says, Dharma aviruddho bhuteshu kamo asmi bharatar sabha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 7:11, na, Dharma aviruddho. Aviruddho is something which is against the principles of dharma, against the principles of morality. That calm is I am, kamo asmi. I am that calm, which is against the principle of religion, against the principle of, which is, sorry, not against the principle of religion, not against the principle of morality, something which is pure. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he had 13 children, right? One of them, Lion Acharya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So it's not like the institution of marriage is not there. No, it is there, and it is a culture that how husband and wife can live together and develop attachment towards Krishna. Okay, again we are not used to this sort of Bhagavad setting. Kindly tolerate and maybe a short pause if there are any questions, comments, or any reflections or any additions or yes, babe.
The question is, we're talking, we need to bring our heart into the practice of Krishna consciousness, of course. And so you're saying to the listeners now, for myself, how practically can we bring our heart into this and bring our
Yeah. What does it say? Practice makes a man perfect. No? So that is when we chant more, when we hear more and all, then what? Dedication leads to devotion. Dedication leads to devotion. So when we dedicate ourselves, then we will find ourselves devoted, or that heart will come about in the surface. And this we see, Srila Rupa Goswami says na, in text 7, Shyat Krishna Nam Charitadi Sitapa Vidya, that although we are beaten by this jaundice of avidya, ignorance. But what is the way out? Hearing to the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna, chanting the holy name. That is the only way out. Then param drishtva nivartate. So dedication will lead to devotion. Dedication only leads to devotion. Na? So doing little by little, bit by bit, na, in good association of devotees, when we chant, read, hear, we will experience a contrast in our life. This contrast is fundamentally important. Now, just an example, just again coming to my head, sometimes some things come and I struggle to stop. So, just an example, there could be a personality, say someone could be maybe living in a place, Aberdeen in Scotland. I don't know if it comes in North or where. In Aberdeen, a person could be living in Aberdeen who might have, say, visited the temple and devotees, who had spent some time with devotees and all, and then went back, say, but still that association of living with devotees, that time spent with devotees will be haunting one. Be careful. It can follow you, it can haunt you. So much so that one day again wants to come back to see devotees, maybe come back to Karuna Bhavan, see devotees. So this thing, dedication leads to devotion. We have that sincerity, we have a bit of a faith. It is just good association required. And in that good association, naturally our faith will grow, our faith will increase. So much so that we will eat, drink, sleep, chant Hare Krishna only, practice Krishna consciousness, developing this mood. And there's no bypass, there's no shortcut. And why do we want a shortcut? If something is so relishable, why do we need a shortcut? Or this is the direct, this is the process. Say. So sadhu sangha is the key. When we associate with devotees, then our heart will come about. Why? Because we are associating with someone who is heart-centered in Krishna consciousness, who is relishing it with heart, who is taking it at heart. So when we try to connect with that person, the message will transpire in our heart only. Does this somewhat answer your question, Pim? So for all of us, we have to come through this, any intense hankering and lamentation. See, hankering and lamentations are wonderful emotions, wonderful emotions. How the contrast or transition. Someone who has not yet found his resolve in Krishna consciousness, his hankering and lamentation is all for matter. Nothing but matter. Nothing but matter. Many people, they would have gone to church, temple, mosque and all places of worship. How many times people you see at world approach, say, God, divinity, universe, divine? And what is the thing? God, where are you? God, where are you? Or God, who are you? Or something, or God, where are you? Or somewhat, thank you also. But how many times do we ask actually, God, how are you? How many times? When we are hankering and lamenting for matter, we will never come to a state wherein we will ask God, how are you? Krishna, how are you? No. Because our mind is overpowered by hankering and lamentation for matter only. And when we come in contact with devotees, then also we hanker and lament, maybe more. But that hankering and lamentation, hankering is what? To attain the divine couple, to attain the lordship, to attain the association of our acharyas. That hankering. And lamentation would be what? Hari Hari Vifale Janam Gunainu. That I'm just wasting my time. So much time I've already wasted. And even now, what am I doing? That would be the lament. And if this becomes our hankering and lamentation, Krishna won't be far at all. Won't be far. Dhruva Maharaj will see. Dhruva Maharaj in his pastime. He came through this hankering and lamentation. He experienced this shallowness. We all experience a vacuum in our heart, but we must check for ourselves. In that vacuum, in that shallowness, hollowness in our heart, how much do we experience shallowness or hollowness for Krishna? How much vacuum do we experience for Krishna? We see when Dhruva Maharaj performs meditation austerity, he experienced that shallowness, hollowness. Does this answer your question or something? निषधर्मस्य भार्यासि दम्भं मायं च शत्रुहन् असुतमिथुनं तत्तु निरतिर्जग्रे प्रज. Another son of Lord Brahma was irreligion. So now Maitre Muni, some interesting translation, some interesting pastime, some interesting more we'll see and why so, okay. Another son of Lord Brahma was irreligion, whose wife's name was falsity. From their combination were born two demons named Dambha or bluffing and Maya or cheating. These two demons were taken by a demon named Nirati, who had no children. So maybe it takes 2 to 5 we can see. Tayo sambhavallobho निकृतिश्च महामते ताभ्यां क्रोधश्च हिंसा च यद्दुरुक्ति स्वसाकली. Mitra told Vidura, O great soul, from Damba and Maya were born greed, and nikriti or cunning. From their combination came children named Krodha, anger, and Himsa, envy, and from their combination were born Kali and his sister Durukti, harsh speech. दुरक्तौ कलिर आधत भयं मृत्युं च सतम तयोश्च मिथुनं ज्ञे यातना निरयस्तथा. O greatest of all good men, by the combination of Kali and harsh speech were born children named Mrityu, death, and Bhiti, fear. From the combination of Mrityu and Bhiti came children named Yatana, excessive pain, and Niraya, hell. Sangrena Mayakyata Pratisargastavanaga Trishrutvet Puman Punyam Vidunoti Atmano Malam. My dear Vidura, I have summarily explained the causes of devastation. One who hears the description 3 times attains piety and washes the sinful contamination from his soul. So first Maitre Muni, he explained the sons of Lord Brahma, the 9 sons of Lord Brahma, being Naistik Brahmachari, it's like a very short story for them. No entanglement, na? No entanglement. In life, a blessed is one who is unentangled. Again, I'm not saying that marriage life is entangling or practically it can be, it is. There is, of course, there is that thing. But for us sadhakana, us practicing Krishna consciousness, we want a life complete unentanglement. Blessed is a soul who is unentangled. Anyways, we have taken lots of entanglements up until now. But from now on, we need not entangle ourselves anymore. At least that much sanity we must develop. At least being in the company of devotees practicing Krishna consciousness, that much sanity we should develop. So these 9 sons of Lord Brahmana, but just one page or something, na? One shloka, 2 shloka. Once upon a time, there was Lord Brahma. He had 9 sons. The 9 sons studied scriptures, were all good boys. They chanted Hare Krishna and they made it all the way. Nothing. So, and now, so a sadhaka, he should be living a life of complete unentanglement. And this can be made possible, or attainment of Krishna is possible for everyone. Everyone from whatever position, whatever situation. See, when we develop any sanity in Krishna consciousness or slight bit of awakening in Krishna consciousness, we'll realize that my current situation is my best situation to advance in Krishna consciousness. This has to be realized that whatever is my current situation, is my current position. Krishna has designed it in a way, or it has come to me in a way to help me advance in Krishna consciousness. And I can advance from this point. We all can advance from our current point altogether. That much, and this mood, realization, conviction, even though a bit in theory, has to be developed and it will come about in good association. So here Maitre Muni continuing to describe some other children of Lord Brahma. This is a world of duality, right? This is a world of duality. So we see duality in dual interest in every sense. So some other children, say, of Lord Brahma, irreligion, whose wife's name was falsity, and from there, so we see in these descriptions how immorality is reaching its highest point, or where is it going, as in like brother and sister engaging in relationships and whatnot and all like this. And in society also, some thankfully a bit odd out or scattered out or outliers say, but we see within families, na, within family relations, within direct blood relations, we see exploitation and misuse. So here we see a son of Lord Brahma, irreligion, whose wife's name falsity, and were born damba and bluffing, maya or cheating. Uh, then furthermore, were born greed and iniquity, cunning, anger, envy, harsh speech, all this death, yatana, excessive pain, all of this. And we cannot condition soul, na? A conditioned soul, if he's not, say, in sense enjoyment, if he's that is not in his, how can it not be in his vision? And if it is not there, he cannot actually survive. Conditioned soul cannot survive. Will go. We need illusion in order to function. We cannot function otherwise. Shishikhorantai Mayapur Sashiki, very much required. Just like night or sleep is required, right? For us to live healthy, for us to be awake the next day and function and all. So, likewise, until and unless we have devotee association, we need some bit of cheating, some bit of being in illusion, otherwise we cannot function. But once we come across devotee association, then we should be checking ourselves, we should be questioning ourselves, what am I doing? Uh, what is this? So one should honestly spend some time with devotees, definitely one good period of time, and one should go out in the streets and chant Hare Krishna with devotees. Go out in the street chanting, dance, sing, dance, distribute prasadam, distribute flyers, if possible, distribute books. Then one can experience that am I living or am I existing? Huh? In society, na, someone could be living to exist. Am I living or see? There are three situations, na, three states. One is what existing. Although we don't say oh I'm existing, no, but by our life, quality of our life, and say we could be well just existing. Another is living. Living, and another is what? Thriving. Thriving all together. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is to put us into a trajectory where we are not existing, where we are not living. We want to thrive. Dhruva Maharaj will see when we get into the pastime, we'll see what came about, and he wanted to thrive altogether. So this contrast, na, the before and after proper contrast will come very strong when we are in good association. When we are in good association, then our japa will be different. Our reading, hearing, chanting will be different. Our vision, our mood will be different. That vision and that mood has to be developed. There is something external practice, yes, which is important, which has its space, but more so, we have to go more deep in our bhajan, our sadhana. We have to go more internal, definitely more introspective. So, and a question which is kind of say answered also in the translation purports and all, that why is it say we are going to begin with the study of the character, the personality of Dhruva Maharaj, and why Maitra Muni all of a sudden are like this, bringing this thing? So as it says, na, translation 5, my dear Vidura, I have summarily explained the causes of devastation. One who hears this description 3 times attains piety and washes the sinful contamination from his soul. It is very important to know the darkness or the wrong things. Na? So when we know of this, when we are aware of say sinful reaction, sinful tendency and all, we will keep ourselves away from it. Hmm? We will keep ourselves safe. We will keep ourselves protected, safeguarded. So this is why it is very important to know. Hmm. In society, we see, na, it's important to know where is crime and all, what's happening. When we know, we protect ourselves, we distance ourselves, we don't want to. Or when we see someone who is indulged, who is engaged, who is indulged in some criminal activities, huh, then we see, okay, police is after him, police is chasing him, police puts him behind the bars, police punishes him. So we don't want to do that. So it is quite imperative for us to know the pitfalls. Where do the pitfalls lie in our journey, in our realization towards Krishna? And how do we avoid those pitfalls? So some things now when we hear, okay, 3 times, listen this, announcement is being made. Listen this is serious. This is something strong. Be careful, be watchful. You know, uh, many times in visual signs, right? Danger, fire, security alarm, this, that. Huh? So, likewise, when we see this, oh, danger, this is danger. Hmm? And that will help us navigate, progress, move ahead in life. Extremely important to know, no? Where are the gaps or where are the challenges or where are the pitfalls. And this is the society we are. If not currently, then the Kali Yuga, na, the age of all quarrel and hypocrisy. Day by day, we are seeing somewhat effects of it, and it is this chanting, the japa, which is holding the tide, uh, which is not let Kali Yuga come out of the womb altogether. This congregational, this practice of Krishna consciousness altogether, and see the beauty of Mahaprabhu, the intelligent move, the kindness, the smartness of Mahaprabhu. What people in Kali Yuga, na, we all are very much short tempered, quickly get quarrelsome, short span of life, very misguided, misfortune, and everything. People in Kali Yuga are very argumentative. What do you say, Pip? These are some of the qualities of uh, demonic mentality we see in Bhagavad Gita. Very argumentative, very arrogant and quarreling and all. So very hypocrite, wanting to mimic, wanting to imitate without becoming purified any. So Mahaprabhu knew what is our symptoms, what is our situation and all. Mahavadan hai na, so merciful Mahaprabhu. Kindly came to give the best to the lowest. So Mahaprabhu said, no, I won't go as Krishna. 5,000 years ago, I appeared as God. I appeared as Krishna in my own form. And I said that, okay, yes, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, I am the source of all material and spiritual emanation and all. Mata Parataram Nanyat, I am the supreme truth. Everything is resting on me as pearl strung on a thread. But I couldn't make much followers or devotees. No, I couldn't. No, 5,000 years ago, and that did not have much of an impact, say, on the masses. So what do? People like copying in Kali Yuga. People like copying, imitating. So what? I go as a devotee. I go as a devotee, and I sing and dance and chant like a madman. Hmm? Sing, dance, and chant like a madman, like a proper madman. Devotees are actually a bit Hare Krishna. They are not, definitely devotees are not common people. Definitely they are not common. Somehow they are trying their best to fit in the society, to blend in with the society. With but yeah, they are a bit let's say a bit different, mm, in many ways. So Mahaprabhu, he appeared as a pure devotee. I will sing, dance, and chant like a madman. And the masses seeing what? Oh, there's this madman. Look, he's singing, dancing, chanting. So everyone started singing, dancing, chanting. And this is how I will make devotees. Huh? In Mahaprabhu's Leela pastime, we see na, when Mahaprabhu appeared. Uh, Purnima, na, on the night of full moon. So there were people, Mughals, the Muslims on the side of the river and all. Everyone was chanting Hari Hari, and they also started chanting. Oh, look at them, they're chanting Hari Hari. They chant Hari Hari. Hmm? And they don't know that they're chanting the holy names of Krishna. Uh, there's this thing na, that a short story, or see this. There was a sweet devotee, say a sweet devotee. So his Guru Maharaj, morning program Mangal Arti, chanting japa going on. Okay, everyone in the temple room were chanting, doing japa. Guru Maharaj was also leading the chanting, the japa. So fine, this devotee was also chanting. Now after japa came like Bhagavatam class and all, and he was still chanting. And what now came time for services. So okay, what services and all. So this devotee says, what? Oh, Gurudev, ami to ekhone japa korchi. I'm still chanting. My rounds are still going. Oh, Gurudev, very pleased. Oh, very good, very nice, very nice. Yeah, continue japa. Such a taste, such a relish. Okay. So Gurudev is engaged in cleaning the ashram. Other devotees engaged in cleaning the ashram and making preparation, making accommodation, beds and all, everything. The everyone, the devotees and say Gurudev is engaged, but this devotee says, no, no, আমি তো এখনে japa করছি. I'm still chanting. আমার তো japa হয় নাই. I've not completed my rounds. Okay, fine then. What? Then there's some garden services, some other services and all. So devotees, group of devotees and Gurudev doing garden services, and this devotee asks, what are you doing? Oh, আমার japa চলছে, এখনে japa চলছে. I'm still chanting, and my japa is going on. Okay, fine. Then what? Vegetable chopping, of course, right? Vegetable cutting and all. And this devotee asks, what? No, no, still I'm doing chanting. So everyone, wow, he's so. And then bhoga is prepared, offered, prasadam is being distributed. Then again, spiritual master calls him. So this disciple says, well, first in the morning I said no to my Gurudev, and the Gurudev went for what? Okay, to clean the ashram and all. Then again I said no, he was doing some garden work. I said no, he went out to buy vegetables and made a. Now it doesn't look good, na? I always say no. It doesn't sound good. I always say no. So okay, Gurudev, I will come and honor prasadam. I'm coming. Mahaprasade Govinda, I will honor prasadam. I take prasadam, sort of. This is us Kali Yuga mentality, na? We want what? That everyone else, that so even if my spiritual master can do japa for me and all, I want everything sort of said done. So yeah, this is a age of quarrel and hypocrisy. Quarrel and hypocrisy predominantly, and what to add, like sometimes making vegetables and preparations. Sometimes devotees feel, now okay, let's sprinkle some coriander powder, some of this as well, some paprika can come, some this can come. So quarrel and hypocrisy is predominant, and what to speak then, arguments, all these conflicts, this anger, all of this. So Mahaprabhu, he appeared as a devotee, madman, to dance, sing, chant like that. And then we like imitating, na? So oh wow, he looks very cool, very posh. What is he doing? And all looks so much of attracting attention. And then that ways we also start. huh? We also start. So as they say, na, imitation of a good thing is good. If someone wants to imitate a good thing, na. What is the wrong in imitating a good thing? Imitate. So when we even though want to imitate devotees, na, We don't know. Like many times we see, na, in streets, devotees go out distributing books or doing chanting and all. And sometimes we see those who are passerbys or many kind, gentle, pious people seeing devotees, they also start chanting. They also start singing what? Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Very nice. So they also join in. eh, and they also try to imitate. And when they take on further more devotee association, then they start chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Okay, so we continue a little bit and maybe let us try to enter a bit into the pastime today if we can, we see. And again, this is a bit of a different setting, but very good setting for me. Say, anytime if there are any questions, comments, or clarifications, please kindly ask or say or share. Yes, Pip.
Yeah, I had a question on what exactly we mean by good association and how we can recognize it.
Good association means sadhu association, na? Sadhu. Sadhu is one who is a sadhu, who is sheltered, who has taken the shelter of Krishna. Huh? How do we take the shelter of Krishna? By chanting, japa. By reading, hearing, chanting, by good devotee association and all. By mansa, uh, by words, action, thoughts, desires. One who is thinking of Krishna, who is speaking of Krishna. That is good association, na? That is good association. Who is inspiring us into Krishna consciousness. Who is not just telling us of the fallacy of this world, but rather helping us develop this divine vision into the transcendental kingdom. That is the good association, that inspiring association we want to take, wherein the divine couple, the deities, Gauranitai become alive, come alive to us. That good association. So when we are in that association, in such an association, of course we have some faith. We cannot deny we have faith. We practice, and when we with faith, when we practice, and when we pray, we can see, yes, this is what good association is, which is helping me become Krishna conscious. Does this answer your question? So अथः कीर्तये वंशं पुण्यकीर्ते कुरुद्व स्वयंभुवस्यापि मनोर्हरेरंसांस janmana. Maitreya continued, O best of the Kuru dynasty, I shall now describe before you the descendants of Swayambhuva Manu, who was born of a part of a plenary expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is good, na? Maitreya Muni, he started like 9 sons of Lord Brahma, exceptional sons altogether, and then a bit of the other children of Lord Brahma, Damba, greed, this pride, envy, and irreligion, all this Maya, cheating, and this described. And now that we listened, okay, here. Like this fear or punishment is a strong motivation, na? Fear, very strong motivation. Again, in our practice of Krishna consciousness, in advancing Krishna consciousness, if we can develop fear, see, devotees want to be fearless, right? Also we want to be fearful also. If we can be very fearful of Maya or very fearful of sinful reaction or thinking of sin, what to speak of committing, now that much fearful that we want to save us ourselves from any distraction or any entanglement. Huh? So that much fearful we should be consciously throughout, that only one aim, all the way to Goloka. Rest anything, we should be very fearful. So when we are this fear Big motivation and punishment. So Maitreya Muni described some of the qualities which should shook us up. And Prabhupada said, "Na, this world is not a fit place for any gentleman, any gentle lady, any gentle person." So now Mitra Muni is now describing the descendants of Swayambhuva Manu. And we'll see Swayambhuva Manu and the appearance or the introduction of Prahlad Dhruva Maharaja into the pastime. So we understand Lord Brahmana is the principal engineer, the principal creator, the first living entity. What a position, Lord Brahma. Lord Shri Krishna spoke with him. So Lord Brahma, he was in complete ignorance, or he couldn't understand who am I, what should I do. So that time Krishna spoke with him and gave him messages, revelation in the heart, and encouraged him to do austerity tapasya. And thereafter, Lord Brahma, when he did austerity tapasya, then he had a meeting, a darshan with Krishna. And we see in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, Lord Brahma and Lord Krishna had a good dialogue, a good conversation. And it's towards the end, so beautiful. Towards the end, you know what happens? Krishna shakes hand with Lord Brahma. What a meeting, see. It's like Krishna shaking hands with Lord Brahma and giving all the knowledge and instructions, and shaking hands with Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma is a powerful, empowered being altogether, living entity, as it says in purport, Jiva Tattva, living entity, a powerful expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the first principal engineer and all. And Lord Brahma, Swayambhuva Manu, direct son of Lord Brahma, and Swayambhuva Manu also very long life, huge this duration of life, this longevity, and how he used his life in studying Srimad Bhagavatam, saying, reading, hearing, chanting, in austerity, in glorifying Krishna. So further, let us see. प्रियव्रतो उतानपादो सतरूपापते सुतौ वासुदेवस्य कलय रक्षायां जगते स्थितौ. Swayambhuva Manu had two sons by his wife Satarupa, and the names of the sons were Utanpad and Priyavrata. Because both of them were descendants of a plenary expansion of Vasudev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they were very competent to rule the universe, to maintain and protect the citizens. So Swayambhuva Manu, who is in the succession of Lord Brahma, and Swayambhuva Manu, he had two sons, as it says by Satarupa, Utanpad and Priyavrata. And Dhruva Maharaj comes in the lineage of Utanpad. And because they were sons of Lord Brahma, and in this lineage, they were powerful plenary expansion of Vasudev. This Utanpad and Priyavrat. So Priyavrat Maharaj's pastimes katha we see, I believe, in 5th canto. And here for now, we'll see the pastimes, how this pastime progresses for Utanpad. So okay, let us now that we have come to this junction, so maybe let us enter a bit into the pastime. Jaya Utanpadasya suniti suruchistayo suruchi preyasi patyur netara yatsuto Dhruva. King Utanpad had two queens named Suniti and Suruchi. Suruchi was much more dear to the king. Suniti, who had a son named Dhruva, was not his favorite. So King Utanpad, he had two queens, Suniti and Suruchi. Suruchi was much more dear to the king, very dear. And Suniti, the king had no same attraction towards her, who had a son, and Dhruva Maharaj, he was the son of Suniti. King Utanpad, although as we see, uh, plenary expansion, powerful personality, a ruler, such a king, and not that he was not educated in scriptures, he was educated, he was versed, knowledgeable, consulted brahmanas and all, very learned, scholarly, but yet perhaps say entangled or distracted, and he had so much of loyalty uh, towards Suruchi, very much. Sold out husbands, very sold out husband to his uh, wife Suruchi, complete under the control of his wife Suruchi. What they call in English? Something, don't know. Someone who is very much under the influence of his wife. Handpicked husband. Hand, handpicked. Handpicked husband. Handpicked, right? Yeah. So such was King Utanpad. Such was King Utanpad, very completely under the influence and control of his wife Suruchi. So let us read one more, and then we tomorrow we actually then go into the pastime. Ekada Suriche Putram Ankamaropya Lalayan Uttamam Naru Rukshantam Dhruvam Rajabhyan Anandat. Once upon a time, everything begins with once upon a time, by the way. So, once upon a time, King Utanpad was petting the son of Suruchi, Uttama, placing him on his lap. Dhruva Maharaj was also trying to get on the king's lap, but the king did not very much welcome him. Ekada Suruche Putram, once upon a time, son of Suruchi. Look how Maitre Muni is saying. Ekada Suruche Putram, son of Suruchi. Well, he's the son of King Utanpad as well, na? But he's not saying son of the king Utanpad, son of Suruchi. The king had so much of attachment towards his wife Suruchi, na? That okay, this is Suruchi's child or the Ankam Aropya Lalanam. Ankam, na, on the lap. Aropya, the child sitting on the lap. And Lalanam, Lalan portion, na, this caring, embracing, licking, touching, loving, kissing the child. Uttamam Narurukshantam. So Uttama, the son of Suruchi, he was trying to, he was loving altogether. And Dhruva, he also went into the palace, into the kingdom, into the palace. He had access to the chambers of the palace, and the king was sitting on his throne, and Uttama, the son of Suruchi, was already on the lap. And natural, natural for the child to see his father and to go and sit on the lap of his father. So Dhruva Maharaj went to sit on the lap of his father. But the king did not very much welcome him. King did not appreciate, did not at all welcome him. So, did we now through this pastime we will try to understand what does love mean? In society, even in devotee community, if I may say, self-care is a big thing, right? Self-care in society. What does self-care mean? What does love mean? And what does the feeling of not being loved mean? Uh, How does it feel like not being loved, not being included? not being appreciated, not being valued. Yes. So throughout these pastimes, we'll try to understand what does love mean, what does self-care mean, hmm, and what does love to Krishna mean, and furthermore. So now, yeah, we have made an entrance into the pastime, but tomorrow onwards, we'll try to understand, pray for more blessings, and try to understand a bit further. But King Utanpad, he had two queens, Suniti and Suruchi. He treated Suniti like a more like a maid servant. Kings they used to keep, they used to have many wives, and this King Utanpad, he lost attraction towards Suniti and was completely sold out to Suruchi. So much of attraction uh, that we'll see that he was loving his child son Uttama, born from the womb of Suniti, and how Dhruva Maharaj approaches his own father, approaches the king, the kingdom, and Utanpad is not welcoming, is not taking in. So we'll see how actually love, such a phenomena, such an emotion, the most desired, the most talked about, the most described, yet the least understood. The least understood. So through Dhruva Maharaj's pastime and furthermore, we'll try to explore more love in Krishna consciousness. Shishi Khorantai Mayapur Sachi ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Any thoughts, questions, or any comments? Okay, thank you very much for your kind attention and participation. On this note, we'll give you peace for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna.